Hi, folks. I hope you're well. This episode is a little bit strange. I had previously uploaded episodes 2 and 3 of this series, but somebody in the comments on YouTube pointed out that there seemed to be an episode missing. Fortunately, I was able to find that footage, and so I'm releasing that now. I'm going to call it episode 2.5 so that I don't have to change anything else. This video was recorded before I learned how to separate my audio tracks, so the audio might be a little different than usual, but please bear with me. Thank you very much, and I hope that you enjoy. Welcome to Konatus Games, where I strive to survive. I hope that you're well. This is episode 3 of an Interloper playthrough of The Long Dark. I've arrived at Foreman's Retreat. I made some food, some water, repaired some clothing, and had a nice rest. I've packed up all of my things, and I'm ready to head on to the Ash Canyon gold mine. So let's get started. First, I'll have a little bit of water. I'm a bit heavy. There's a blizzard out, so I'm going to get cold very quickly. But it will also protect me from that bear. He shouldn't be around during the blizzard. So I'm looking for Miner's Folly, which is a small cabin surrounded by the ruins of a couple of other cabins. It's not that way. And there can be decent loot there. There can be a hacksaw. That is the most important thing. But there can be some miscellaneous loot as well. There can be some food, which would be great. My food situation is not ideal. So that heads back to the bear, and I believe Miner's Folly should be just over here somewhere. That should not be happening. All right. I should at least be able to use that for shelter. All right, here we are. Went in a little bit of a circle, but we made it. So I know it's cold. I'm going to check outside first. There can be some loot around here. I believe I already have quality tools from anglers, but that's all right. Now, fire barrels are very useful because they don't blow out in a blizzard. Food. Thanks, buddy. Huh. I have never seen this before. Already cut down birch. How strange. Maybe that's always there. I don't know. Interesting, though. We'll recover from the cold once we get inside that cabin over there. Just want to make sure I don't miss anything important before I head off. Alright. I'll be away a while. Raid my catch, as you please. Alright. I will. Thank you. I wonder if that's down by, Anglers. Let's see. Yep. That's right outside Anglers. Great. I'm not going to be going back there right now, but I will eventually. It's gold, all right. Can't believe how much. Jesse wants to go even deeper, but we're all waiting on the foreman to give us the thumbs up. The vein we opened looks like it could go on and on. Just have to be careful how we... Alright, just gotta be careful how you. Alright, what do we got in here? How many matches do I have? I have a lot of matches. I probably shouldn't do this, but I'm going to light a torch. You know what? I'll light a flare. No, I'll light a torch. Because I don't want to miss anything here. Alright, looks like I'll tear these up. Not sure about this one, though. Alright. Not the best pants, but more pants is better. So it doesn't look like there's a hacksaw here, which means, I believe, the only place left for me to get a hacksaw would be... before the summit would be the summit. Alright, do I want to... Yeah, I do. I'm going to take this cloth. Need to warm up a little bit anyway. I would like this blizzard to pass. It is protecting us from the bear currently, but the trip to the gold mine is long. And if it's a blizzard, that's going to be a problem. Sounds like it's still going on. Eat some of this food. That's a little bit risky. I don't have anything for... Oh, did I pick up a can opener, actually? No, I did not. Okay, so... I'll eat this if I have to, but I don't want to, because if you don't have a can opener or a knife or some way to open this, or a high enough cooking level, you lose some of the calories, and I really don't want to do that right now. Get a little bit warmer, see if this blizzard passes. Alright, doesn't seem like it's going to pass, but I think I just have to go anyway. That's alright. Oh, it's over. Never mind. Great. It's not too cold out. But I do need to worry about the bear now. So I'm going to take out these stones, not because the bear cares about that at all. You can't really defend yourself, but you can sometimes distract wildlife by throwing stones. So if the bear is in my way, I might be able to get him to leave me alone. I also want to see how many sticks I have here. Okay, not many. I'll fix them up. There's a good chance this bear is going to be exactly in my way. Yep. There he is. Probably just going to have to wait for him, but I believe you can go around here. So once he passes, I can get by a little bit more easily. Nope. I'll just have to wait. It's probably too far away to hear that anyway, but why not? I'll collect some sticks. Maybe I should just go back and wait another hour. Again, this is a long... Okay. This is a long journey. So I don't really want to be starting this half cold. I'm just going to go back into Miner's Folly. And pass a little bit of time. Gain some warmth. I also don't want to wait too long because it's actually not that cold right now. It's cold enough that it will eventually be a problem. But it's actually pretty nice, all things considered. If I check. Alright, let's take a little nap. Maybe I'll just pass some time. Okay, that was an hour anyway. It's fine. Now let's see where that bear is. Hopefully he's made a little bit of progress. I can get past him now. Well, I don't see his tracks. It's entirely possible that he is still in our way. And that's going to be a bit of an issue. On the other hand, I don't see him yet. So he could be all right. Now, sometimes when you're fleeing animals, you can try to get onto a surface that they can't reach. Usually some uneven rock or something like that. But I don't see any that are great for that around here. Alright. So far, so good. He could still be in our way. He could still be right up here somewhere. thought that was him for a second. Alright. I don't want to speak too soon, but I think we might be in the clear. Don't think he comes up this way. So we should be fine now. Great. See, that little nap actually helped. I don't know where he went to, but he got out of our way, and that's all that matters. Going to eat a bit now, just so that I don't have to keep doing this, but I do want to get well fed. This early on in a run, having well fed and that technical backpack, that'll just be great. That'll put my carry capacity right up to 40. And then we'll be zipping. That'd be great. I'd love that. Timberwolf Mountain really isn't that bad of a spawn. You know, it's a pretty simple region. There are a few circuits, there are some crisscrossing caves that can be a little bit confusing. But for the most part, you just head down. And then the Mountaineer Hut is pretty easy to find. And then you have a lot of options from there. I mean, you can go to Pleasant Valley. Pleasant Valley is very cold, but it's also a great region. Lots of loot, lots of wildlife, just a great place to be. And especially early game in Interloper, it's not as cold as it's going to be later on. So it's kind of a mixed bag. Now there can be some gear up here by a abandoned campfire usually. So let's see if we have anything good over here. I think there's often rabbits here too, but there don't seem to be now. Wish I could take these saplings. That's a maple sapling. Doesn't look like there's anything over here. No. That is a maple sapling. And that's birch. Maple saplings are used for crafting the bow, which is the only real weapon you have on Interloper. You can find a flare gun, but that's mostly for defense. So the bow is really your hunting weapon. And to some extent, a self-defense weapon as well. It's very good against wolves. They charge you, and you can just shoot them right in the face. It's pretty easy. I say that, but I do make mistakes. But it's pretty easy. And you can also use maple to make the travois, or travois, which is basically a sled. You can use that to carry a lot of loot from one place to another. I think one great use of it is for hunting. So that's probably what I use it for more than anything else. Is if I kill, a large animal, I just quarter it, and I put all of the meat and the hides and the gut into my sled, and then I just drag it home. I'll say more about that later when we get to that point. Eventually we'll get to that point, unless I die first. I still haven't ruled out dying here. That could happen. But I think we're looking pretty good. Food's the main issue, but there's some rabbits down by the gold mine. If we can make it there, I think we'll be alright. More maple. When they added the travois, it's a relatively recent addition to the game. They added a lot more maple into the game. Because the travois takes, I believe, 4 maple to craft, and they thought, well, maybe, and I think it also requires either deer hide or maple to repair. I've only had to repair mine a few times. But the amount of maple in the game, I guess they thought, was too little for people to really get use out of the travois, so they increased the amount of maple, which makes getting a bow considerably easier. So you might be noticing that's some burdock. I can't really harvest that right now. I don't have tools. You might be noticing that this path, you know, it looks like this winding path through these mountains, but it's really linear, right? Excuse me. That fork between the cave and Miner's Folly and these bridges, this path I'm on right now, that was really the last non-linear segment, right? It was just left or right. Notice I'm looking under here. Sometimes there are matches and other things. Weather's pretty nasty, but we'll have some shelter soon. We're going to rest when we get to the gold mine, so we should be okay, so long as we just keep going. We have a few hours of light left. I'm going to make the best out of that. We're not actually that far off anymore. And we're pretty close to some shelter. Now on lower difficulties, you can get a variant rifle over here, I believe. And sometimes on Interloper there's some miscellaneous loot there. Not today. I'm going to take these because I'm probably going to make some tea. Okay, I won't take that. That's going to happen at the top too. Sometimes these are placed so close to the climb that I'll often misclick. I don't want hypothermia, but I also don't think I'm going to hypothermia. I think I will be at shelter with plenty of time. Yeah, actually it's right here, so this is fine. Perfect. So there's loot over here. A lot of people walk right past it because they see this cave and they just keep going. But there can be very good loot right there. So I'm going to pick these up in a second, but first things first, I'm going to get a fire started. In this cave, for some reason, you're protected from the wind. Doesn't look like it, but you are. I'll use one match to light this, and I'll use this to light the fire. That way, if I fail, I won't waste a second match. Now, in the last episode, I picked up some coal, and I said, this coal is going to save our life. This is very important coal. This is what I had in mind. I'll use some of that coal right here. Coal gives a very high heat output. So even though it's a blizzard, I'm warm now. Yeah, there we go. That's plenty warm. And I believe I have a lot of water, sure, so I'm going to make some tea. There's our well-fed bonus. I'm about to starve, but for the time being, I am well-fed. So now I have a carry capacity buff. I'll just wait these ones out. Pass time until ready. Make some water. Now I'm going to reset these, and now they won't burn. They just stay hot now. They'll just stay hot. They will not burn. I'll eat some more of these and hope to find some better food in the mine. We'll see. Food situation is a little bit dire, but we're pretty close, and I think we're going to find some rabbits, and it should be totally fine. Plenty of torches, don't need more. But I do want to get moving, so I'm just going to take this and we're going to go. That one almost burned. Alright. Like I said, we're almost there. So the rest of this journey shouldn't be a problem. There also is a cave if we need it, but we have some hot tea. You can usually get 2 or 3 of those before they cool off. Although if you have a thermos, they last longer. Now, different teas actually heat you up different amounts. I'm not sure which ones are better. I don't know how much each one heats you up. But I'm going to drink one right now. Its calories were a red color, and that shows that it's still hot. So you see that one up. And I also gained a warming up bonus. So there's a bonus and a benefit. Alright, let's see what we have. Teas also have a little bit of, they have some calories as well, not much. Usually about 100. I'm not going to need all this coal. Since the gold mine is going to have plenty of coal. But I'll take it. Now, often there's a rope in that cave, and you use that to get down to the gold mine, but I'm not going to use a rope to get down there. I'm just going to go down. We're pretty much there. It's a shame I can't give you a better view of this. I'll drink one more. They're going to be cold in a second anyway, so. So you can affix a rope here, and that's how you're kind of supposed to get down to the gold mine, but that's not what I'm going to do. It's a lot of burdock. I'm going to go over here, and there's these 4 trees, and if you go between them, there's a very steep path down. So I'm going to crouch. I'm actually going to drink a little bit more tea. Like I said, I don't really value rose hips for very much other than this. But that's keeping me warm. So this is quite steep. If you don't crouch, you can just hit... There we go. You can hit W and S back and forth. And you'll fall a little, and then you'll move back towards the wall. But if you crouch, you can usually just put auto walk on. Or hold W, you know. And it'll be a little bit safer. You usually end up... These visual effects are strange today. I wonder what's going on there. You usually end up with some sprains. Yep, there's another one. Because it's just such a long slope. You're on an incline for so long. Now, I wanted rabbits out here, but I don't know if I'm going to get it. The mine is right over there. What is going on with all these trees today? So peculiar. Now, before I go to the mine, there's a body. You follow this river, and sometimes there can be a little bit of loot on there. Usually nothing too impressive. At least I think it's along this river. Yep, it's right here. Okay. Now sometimes the body's not here. You could tell if it wasn't a blizzard. That's all cold, because there would be crows circling. Here he is. You have anything for me, buddy? Nope, that's okay. I know you're working hard. I know you're trying your best. It was worth it just to see your smiling face. And I got some crow feathers from my trouble, so that's all. Now we'll just follow this river again. Did I hear ptarmigan? Are ptarmigan out in this weather? Well, I don't see ptarmigan. So just follow this river, it'll lead up to the mine. There's a couple of little things you can loot on the way. They usually don't really have anything, but I'll show you. There's this little shed here. There can be a container there. There's a little plastic container right here. Okay, that's good. Any food is very welcome. There's a little box here, nothing. Then we can go up here. And there's a little cabinet in the ground right here. A hatch. Nothing? I don't know if I've ever found anything in there, but I will always check. And then here's the mine. Alright, this lantern was a great find. Now I don't need to use my torches. Sometimes there can be loot right here. There can be matches behind you and people just miss it. Ash Canyon loves doing this, where they put things behind you, right? Away from your direction of travel, and you just walk right past it. I don't need all of this. more matches right there. Some accelerant can be useful. I will take that skill book, some more coal. Alright, let's get a move on. I am going to take my shoes and socks off because I'm going to be walking through frigid water. And that would freeze them. I'm still not warm. Oh, okay, it was just because of the water. Never mind. I thought when I took off my boots I stopped being warm. But I guess I'm fine. Alright. Can't run because I have a sprain. You can treat a sprain with a bandage, but I'm just going to go to bed and sleep it off. I don't want all this coal, but I'm going to move it, because that triggers a respawn timer. So if I ever come back here, that coal will still be here, and there might be new coal as well. I'll take it. So I think the long-term goal here is to get to Pleasant Valley, try to find a hacksaw there, and then if I do, it depends if I find a hacksaw and a hammer. That's really what Interloper is about, is you gotta get some matches, you gotta get a hacksaw and a hammer, and then you can start getting ready to forge some tools. That includes a hatchet and a knife. I've never seen anything behind these carts, but I will always check. Yep, nothing. And so then you can start forging your hatchet, your knife, and some arrowheads. So here's why we came here. This is the technical backpack. Notebook page. Glad I had my good backpack with me on this trip. Some chest pain on the trek past the high falls, but I expected that after the last surgery. Just going to hunker down in here until the storm passes. Tomorrow, high point at Wolf's Jaw, and then head for home. Well, I don't see a body. Well, there's a body over there. Might have been him. Alright. So you can read this. Do not leave it. If you leave it, it's gone. So left click to take it. And now, look at that, 40. That's great. The only way to go to increase that again is to make a moose hide satchel, which you equip here. And that's a ways off. I will take these combat pants. We'll have to repair them. They're in pretty bad shape. Let's put those back on. Crampons, the other loot you get here. You can find this in a couple of places. Sardines, great. Some accelerant. Some more coal, which I don't really care about right now. How much coal do I have? That's fine. On Stalker, I have found a rifle in there before, so that's possible. All right, the food situation is rough. I do have this stale chocolate bar. I guess I can just start cracking open cans. I mean, it's better than starving to death. Have that tin of sardines, 39%, which is usually pretty safe, but the tins of sardines, you never know with those tins of sardines. Consume this. All right. I don't think there's anywhere else to explore in this cavern, in this mine. I guess I'll check around this side, but nope, same stuff, doesn't matter. All right. So let's take stock. I have plenty of teas, I have bandages. I have plenty of coal. Good amount of sticks, tons of skill books, all skill books I want. They weigh quite a bit, so that's weighing me down. I have a lot of matches. What do I have? 36. I have 53 matches. That's fine. For so early on, that's great. I have a lot of clothing, and I need to repair some of it. I have some cloth, but I can rip apart some of this, and that'll save me a little bit of weight. It's the middle of the night, so I won't be able to sew right now. Now, I don't know all the clothing like the back of my hand, but this is 61%, 0.6. This is 90% and 0.4, so this one's going to have better warmth. It's a lower condition and already has more warmth. Now that blizzard died down. I could go out there and see. I don't think this is going to be warmer. This is 20% at 1. Yeah, I think even if we went to 100%, it would probably only be 0.5. I think this is mostly for protection from the wind. But I don't need that right now. I care mostly about warmth, first and foremost. All right. I guess I can equip this. They'll get damaged if I have an encounter with a wolf, but... oh well. Yeah, I didn't think so. Alright. Alright, so I could go back and try to find those rabbits now that the blizzard is gone, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just going to move forward. I have these emergency cans of food. They're very heavy, but I don't really want to eat them right now because I don't want to waste them. Right? You lose some of the calories if you don't have a can opener or something. So I'm just going to eat these cattails. Drink some water, go to sleep, and then as soon as it's light out, I'm going to start repairing. I would love to sleep 10 hours, though. That's the issue. I need to remember to do this before drinking water and whatnot. Okay, healed my pain, but not any of my sprains. I thought for a second that might have been the Aurora sound. You know, I really do need to sleep as much as I can. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a fire. Actually, I may as well do this with a torch. I'm going to throw some of this coal that I'm not taking anyway onto this fire. I'm going to repair things until I'm tired enough to get 10 hours of sleep. That 9th and 10th hour really get you a lot of health back. You really want to be very tired if you're as hurt as I am. One second. All right. Yep, just a potato right on the fire barrel. Can't get better than that. Fresh from the fire barrel. All right. So now I have about 48 minutes before I need to check on those things, so let's repair some stuff. Combat pants are pretty good. They're one of the better pants you can get on Interloper as far as I know. Is there anything I can repair more quickly? Not really. Just doing a little bit of management. I don't want to be lugging these everywhere, but I am going to, because I'm not going to come back here for a long time. So I'm going to take these at least to Timberwolf Mountain. Probably will leave one of these in the Mountaineer's Hut. I like Timberwolf Mountain as a mid to late game base, and so leaving one of these there would be just fine. Alright, so now I at least have a little bit more food. And here I'll make some water. And let's get back to repairing. I want to keep repairing these pants. Great. This might burn. I don't really care very much. It'll damage the can, but it happens infrequently enough that I don't really mind. What I want to do right now is prioritize getting this stuff into shape. Actually, it's already pretty good. This could use a little bit of work. Let's try that again. Alright, that's not bad. Still not very warm. It could be a lot worse. I would like to repair this as well. It's 45 minutes. Going to try again. I failed early enough. Now it's getting late. I don't think I'm going to get those 12 hours. Alright, I'm going to take this. Take this. Wish I had some tea. Birch tea, that would be great. Okay, I don't, so I'm going to drop some water. This is way more water than I need. Let's just get rid of that. Drink some, and then drop. Yeah, it's maybe fine. Still carrying more than I need, but that'll be okay. And let's eat one of those potatoes. Let's eat them both. I want to keep that belly full, so I may as well just eat them now. Okay. Top off the water, and I'm going to go to sleep for as long as it'll let me sleep. We're going to sleep into midday, maybe even late afternoon. That's alright. It'll be a bit warmer. So now the idea is I'm going to go to... What time is it now? Okay, that's actually perfect. I'm going to go to Timberwolf Mountain. I'm going to leave Ash Canyon. And I'm going to go up to the summit. That is risky. I don't have a hacksaw. As I said in the first episode, at the summit there are crates with tons of great loot in them, but you need a hacksaw to open those crates. There can be a hacksaw at the summit. It might even be the case that there usually is. But not always. So, going there and then not finding a hacksaw could be a waste of time and resources. But where Ash Canyon spits you out into Timberwolf Mountain, you're pretty well positioned to go for the summit anyway. So I'm going to do it. We're going to see. We're going to hope that we get a hacksaw. So this is a back entrance into the gold mine. There are a few rope climbs here. There's one right over here. So you can approach the gold mine this way. You climb up here, and then you climb up that rope there. And if you don't get a rope when you're at the other side, like we didn't get a rope, and you don't want to go down, you can actually just continue along the path before going down that steep slope we used, and you can take this rope and put it on the other rock. But then of course you can't climb up to the gold mine from here. I usually like to go down this, but it's pretty dangerous. I won't get through it without some sprains, so I'm just going to climb. You can go down. There's just no real great way to do it that I'm aware of. There might be, but I'm not aware of a great way to do it. The next rope will probably go down. Although, the reason I usually don't is because I don't usually have this much carry capacity this early on. You cannot go down a rope or up a rope if you are over capacity. But we have 40 kilos. We're doing great. So I think I'll just make my life easier and just pick the rope. Don't need that. That's a snow shelter. Can keep you alive in a bad situation. I sometimes go down from, I think, up there. I think you can get on that. Maybe not. But there is a way down. You'll probably get sprains. It's pretty sheer, but it's not terrible. You know, if you're careful, you're not going to die. Probably. As anyone who's done a lot of goating knows, sometimes you just take one little step and you just enter a free fall. So sometimes there's a little cache here. I can have some stuff in it. There's not right now. I just want to get a view. There can be a moose down here, but I don't see one. 1 second. All right. This is actually kind of a fun stretch of Ash Canyon, so we're back down at the ground level. There can be a moose here, there can be deer here. There's a lot of birch bark, which you can make into a tea that restores your health. Great, great item. So we'll pick up however much birch bark we can find. There's also a cave where you can get warm. And then a little bit past that cave is a cave system, or a transition cave, rather, that lets you back into Timberwolf Mountain. So here's birch bark. There used to be a glitch that birch bark could be gigantic. It would just be way oversized for whatever reason. Just seeing what I have. Alright. So here's the cave. Usually I'm cold by the time I get here, like I am now. And so I like to stop in this little cave over here. Get some temperature back. Maybe craft up some rose hips. There's a ton of rose hips here, right? There's 2, and then what is this? 3, 4, 5, 6. That's quite a lot. So I'll go in here and I'll craft some rose hips. Maybe pass a little time. I can't stay too long because I don't have a bedroll. Actually, not having a bedroll and going to the summit could be a problem. That's pretty risky. Alright, I'm warm in here. Actually, no, I think there's a bed up in a cave on the summit. I guess we'll see. We will find out. So, let's craft some things while we warm up. That's not warm enough. We're going to be here all day. I'm going to start a fire. You can see I play a little bit fast and loose with matches. If I need to use them, especially early on, I use them. I mean, look at how many... We have 50 matches, and we've only gone to a small portion of 2 regions, right? So, we're good. I'm happy to use those. And the same with coal. I mean, coal is a renewable resource. It's very different than in real life. Alright. Let's just go. I want to make it to the transition cave, and then start up next time from there. So that little cave there is really helpful, right? Now I'm at full temperature. I'm barely cold. And I only have a little bit more to go before I can start getting back into Timberwolf Mountain. It's not that bad of a trip. It definitely can kill you. But I think maybe I was a little bit more worried than I needed to be. I mean, we had pretty bad weather for a lot of it too. But if you have a plan, you don't play too risky with your health, you make sure to get rest when you need it. It's hard to get lost up there. And if you just keep pushing, you know, sometimes, you know, when I first did that, I thought, well, where's shelter? And I tried to make, you know, fires wherever I could. Wind would blow them out. And then, you know, eventually you get one going, you warm up, And then you take another 35 steps, and you find shelter. Just how it is sometimes. These are birch trees, and so we'll see a bunch of birch bark here. Like I said, really valuable item. So we're going to pick up as much as we can. We're going to make good use of this. The torch does increase your temperature a little bit. Provides a little bit of warmth. Okay. Speak of the devil. Not anymore, it doesn't. So I'm going to keep the flare out now, because if there are wolves, you can't start a torch in this wind to fend them off, but you can start a flare. No problem. So it provides a little bit of warmth. It's not a lot, but it is often worth it. A lot of the time, if it's not absolutely freezing. I say in freezing to death simulator. But if it's not too bad, then that little bit makes a difference. Now we're basically just heading down. There's going to be a cave on our right. I'm not sure if it's here. I don't think it is. No, this is nothing. Keep heading down. That, I believe, will take us above the cave. But of course, that's not what we want. Again, that goes above the cave. Should be right around here, I believe. I could be wrong. Yep. There it is. I don't know why I can see caves like that. I did increase my draw distance. It almost feels like cheating. I mean, I know it's not. Maybe that's how your experience is. I don't really know. But, yeah. Alright. So we are now here in the transition cave between Ash Canyon and Timberwolf Mountain. Next time, we will head to the summit of Timberwolf Mountain and hope that there is a hacksaw and a bed for us, because if there's not, we could be in a little bit of trouble. Thank you for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like or a comment, and if you're looking forward to the next video or more content from me, please subscribe. Until next time, strive to survive.